Creating drafting arrows for use in labeling or denoting direction can be achieved in multiple different methods. Let's look at the different options available in Envisioneer while working in a worksheet. First, let's make sure that we are in a worksheet. So we're going to select any one of the bottom tabs here that represents our worksheets. And I'm going to select Floor Plan. We're going to first add a leader with text. This will be used for denoting certain aspects of your drawing that needs attention or to simply call out what the element is. Under the Tools tab, you can select the leaders, text with leaders. Or underneath the Tools menu, you can select leaders and you can select text with leader. Once you select this, the text dialog box will be displayed. And in here, you can type in the text that you want visible for your drawing. I'm going to type in asphalt shingles as the note that I want to add in. If you want to add in multiple text, as you want to add in multiple leader lines, then you can select the multiple text insert and it will allow you to do just that. You can add in multiple text after you've added in your first leader line. We're going to select OK. And in the bottom corner, we're going to see that the commander is telling us to pick our first insertion point. This is the first point or the arrow point of our drawing. So this is where we want to be pointing to. So I'm going to select my first point. After selecting our first point, the commander will instruct us to pick our next insertion point. However, our cursor is going to be restricted to 90-degree movements because ortho is enabled. We can disable ortho by simply pressing on the F8 key on our keyboard or by clicking on ortho in the bottom right-hand corner. However, we want to lock ours to an actual angle. So we're going to use angle snap. So simply press F6 on your keyboard or select the angle snap option in the commander. And now you're going to be locked to actual angles that are predefined. Underneath your settings, document settings, drawing aids, you can actually apply what snap angle you want. By default, it should be set to 15 degrees. I'm going to add mine in so that it drops in at 45 degrees. I'm going to left click once, and that creates the first part of our leader line. I'm then going to move my mouse to the right, and I can type in a distance, or I can just freely pick wherever I want that next point to be. This next point is going to be the tail end of our leader, as well as where the text will now be inserted. So I'm going to left click once again. Now we can see our leader line is being denoted with asphalt shingles. We can see the arrow and the shape of the leader line itself. However, if you only want a leader line with no text, we can follow the exact same steps above, but when we get to the text dialog, we would make sure it stays blank. So we would go back up to our text with leader. We would leave this area blank and we would say OK. I can then left click to start where my arrow is going to be, and I'm just going to left click and I'm going to left click again to just create a line. I now have a leader line without any text. We can also add in DWG files to our worksheets from our drafting symbols folder or from files that represent arrows that we may have used in AutoCAD that may have been saved to our computer. Under the Insert tab, we're going to select the Import CAD File button. Or under the Insert menu, we can again simply select the Import CAD file. This will open up our Open dialog box. And in here, we're going to go right to the Drafting Symbols folder. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to select the North Arrow 5. And then I'm going to select Open. This will bring up the Import dialog box, and in here I can go through and specify exactly how I want this arrow to be inserted. Right now it is set to being an arrow that is going to be 15/16 in size. That's going to be pretty small for what I want, so I'm going to use a scale factor of 1/4 inch, and I'm going to go up to 48. And then I'm just going to press Tab. That's going to lock in our value for us, and I can see the actual width and height denoted for me. I can adjust this if I want to. If I want it to be exactly 4 feet, I can just simply type in 4 feet in here, and it will adjust it again to show me the exact size. Make sure the entire arrow is visible within this drawing area. So I'm just going to click on the zoom out one time just to make sure everything is visible. And now all I have to do is select Insert. Now attached to my cursor is going to be that arrow, and I want this arrow to be dropped in as my orientation. I'm going to place that right into my title block. After it's been inserted, I can still edit it. I can select it, go to modify, and I can rotate it if I want to show the true north arrow direction. I can again rotate and adjust that arrow. You can also use the line command in Envisioneer to create your own arrows for use in your drawings or in any future drawings. We're going to go down and we're going to right click on any one of the drawing sheets, and then we're going to select Add Worksheet. This will create a brand new blank worksheet with no other information added. In this worksheet, we can use the Draw tab or the Draw menu option to create a new arrow. We are going to use the line commands to create a new arrow. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to select Draw, Line, and I'm just going to drop in a line. And I'm just going to make this line, and we're going to draw in a line. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, and I want this line to be, we'll say 4 feet long. Now that I've got the line drawn, I'm going to add in the arrow part of the line. And again, I have angle snap enabled, so I'm able to snap it to the 45 or the 15-degree increments. And I'm just going to drop in that next arrow, or that next line, and we're going to bring it down, and I'm going to say 2 feet. And then I'm going to bring this line up, and I'm just going to make sure that it snaps and it intersects with the line that we're bringing it in. So we can see here that it's snapped to the perpendicular part of the line. If it extends past, you can trim it up. So you can select the trim line, and then you can go up to modify, and you can select the trim option, and then you can trim the little bit off that you don't need. And then we can say finish. So we've now created a new arrow. Now all we have to do is go up to File, Export, and we can select 2D Drawing. This will bring up the Save As dialog box and allow us to save this into the Drafting Symbols folder. We're just going to give it a name. We're going to call it New Arrow. And then I'm going to click Save. You'll get the Export Successful dialog box, and that just lets you know that that has now been created, and you can say OK. If we go back to our floor plan and we want to insert that line, we can now go up to, again, under Insert CAD Files, under our Drafting Symbols, we will now have our new arrow, and we can import that in and place it anywhere that we want. And this will be in use for any of your future drawings as well. We hope this tooltip helps you moving forward. If you like what we are creating, press the like button and be sure to subscribe for future videos. If you have any comments, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you.